So one thing is like this. We are going to try to, make you robot experts in 2 days. So we are going to have these, the goal is to make a stage production. So like these, I'm sorry, these robots will do something together. Weird. Some positions, it could be not a reachable. No single motion of all these joints that puts it there.
Yeah, so if
So
you
usually like
But that depends. That depends on
Yeah,
the thing.
and that's just something I think
We can look through later. Yeah. As long as we get the
Yeah, I
basics
think
done.
that's way
That's a
too
bit
much.
off, yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
and but when it moves back, it just fits.
It's perfect.
So,
I
yeah,
think it's okay.
I think it's
if you want to pause if you want to close the picture, you can turn the way you control it.
after that. So he could just point like this instead of this.
It might have created any black hands to show up the kind of in a line.
Both of them do. Oops. Yeah.
Hi everybody. Hi. We're now going to show you what we've learned these past few days. And as you can see, we've been helped by a team like Professor Manuela Alonso and her 3 graduate students. And we have some, like I'm from Denmark, and Gabriella, who's sitting there in front, is from the UK, and everybody else is from the US. So now we have like Emily and Bay has worked on the NXT robot, which you are going to see in a minute, and Gabriella, Johanna, and Anita has worked on the nows, which are the humanoids, and Angela has also worked on the nows and are in charge of the music, and I'm in charge of the slides. So let's begin.
Hi everyone. I am the Time Key Master, Apollo, the robot of light. Hi. I am Aries, the robot of order. I am going to learn some Taiji. Here are my friends, the NXP. Everyone, let's get ready. Let me show you the moves for part 1. Now it's your turn. Hector's a moves NXP. Now, look carefully. I will show you the moves for part 2. You try it now. Great job. Let us do it together.
So as you can see, we have different kind of robots. The big one is the humanoid now, and the little ones are the Lego Mindstorm NXTs. And now Johanna will tell you about the motor works of the nows.
Yes, hello. So we were working mostly with the movement of the robots, and you can see from the programming that we used, this is called the choreographer. And so it gives you a picture of, it's a virtual picture. You can choose one part or an arm to move, and then you can set up the motion in things called keyframes. So there's a timeline across the top that shows you each box will have a position in it. It's like a scene of a picture of the robot. So when you set it, you tell it what position you want it to be in when the frame is finished. Once that's set, it'll move and transition automatically from the last position, whether it was standing or whatever it was doing, to having its hand on its hip, and does all of the transitions automatically. The challenge was keeping the robots in balance and making sure that you didn't ruin the motors. For example, if it moves itself and you move the arm into the body, it can damage the motors. And this is a 10,000 euro machine, so it's really $14,000 US, so you've got to be careful. So definitely. But that's about it.
So now Anita will tell you also about the code, how you program the humanoids.
Just like Joanna just spoke about, the robots do a lot of movements, from talking, walking, hand movements. So how do we put all of this together in terms of code? We use a finite state machine with lots of states, which, and each state had a sequence of keyframes or all the movements that the robot would do. And there was communication between many things. So it was communication between the two nows, and the computer would communicate to both types of robots, because these two robots couldn't communicate between each other. So we kind of used that as intermediate. So it would send out a command, and that state, and that appropriate state would come into play. And this was in C++. And the individual movements were kind of coded in Python, and yeah.
So now Bay will tell us about the NXTs.
So as you can see, the NXTs are not as interesting as the nows. They only have 3 motors, 2 on its wheel and 1 on its arm. And we can program them in RobotNXT, as you can see on the screen, to have them move at a certain speed and at a certain amount of time. For example, if we want to have them move in an arc, you just have to have the outer wheel move faster than the inner wheel. And you can even define the angle of the wheel. Now, Emily is going to talk about how multi-robots can communicate with each other.
So the robots communicate via the XB communication module, which, if you see this little blue light, that's roughly where it is. So they send each other strings. So in this demonstration, we set up a program where the first robot decides based on a random number what action out of the sequence of actions that we programmed it would perform. The other robot knows nothing and receives a string from the first robot being told what it's supposed to do. So they do the same random actions together.
So now let's have fun.